The hashtag #MeToo movement has become instrumental in unmasking one of Hollywood's deepest, darkest secrets, a long-standing culture of sexual abuse fueled, perpetrated, and kept hidden by power imbalance.
That speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have.
For once, victims have become empowered to speak up and share their stories, consequently exposing a number of high-profile personalities capitalizing on their influence and celebrity to get away with sexual misconduct. Let's deep dive into the 7 biggest sex scandals that rocked Hollywood. What's up, Factnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Our #1 pick will go down in history as one of Hollywood's most sinister predators, so stay tuned for that. Trigger warning, this video contains real accounts of sexual violence. Number 7. Bill Cosby.
Are you telling me that because I told the story and this boy, that it's my fault?
Where did he get the idea from?
Look, I also... Shut up!
Award-winning comedian Bill Cosby was well loved for his endearing role as Dr. Cliff Huxtable in The Cosby Show. But the man who was America's dad by day turned out to be a serial rapist by night. In 2005, Andrea Constant filed a police report with the Durham police claiming that Bill Cosby sexually assaulted her at his house in Montgomery, Pennsylvania.
I didn't think anybody would believe me. It was Bill Cosby. It was Dr. Huxtable. I thought I was the only person that he did this to.
In the same year, Constant filed a civil lawsuit that included depositions from 13 other women who claimed they were once drugged and sexually assaulted by Cosby. However, in 2006, the civil lawsuit was settled for more than $3 million. The controversy was buried for almost a decade until, in 2014, a video of stand-up comedian Hannibal Buress went viral.
Schizo TV, pull your pants up, black people. I can talk down to you because I had a successful sitcom. Yeah, it was great living, Bill Cosby, so kind of brings it down a couple notches.
This opened a Pandora's box as more people spoke up about the horrors they experienced with Cosby. One of his victims, Barbara Bowman, wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post detailing why she kept silent about Cosby raping her for 30 years.
He was going to be that vehicle for me, that I had to learn to trust him. Being sexually violated comes on lots of different levels, and I can say that all levels happened with me.
In the following months, more and more women surfaced, claiming they were drugged and raped by Cosby between the late 60s well into the 80s. The accounts were eerily similar, the women being drugged with drinks laced with Quaaludes until they became paralyzed or passed out.
When he was raping me and I was telling him to stop, no, stop, please, and I was screaming. And then I remember he put his hand on my mouth. Then he was yelling at me, "Shut up, Bernard, shut up, shut up, shut up."
By December of 2015, more than 50 women had come forward to tell their story. The criminal investigation on Cosby was reopened and a trial was held. In April of 2018, Cosby was found guilty of 3 counts of assault and was given a prison sentence of 3 to 10 years. Keep watching till #1 to know more about this film exec's ultimate fall from grace. Number 6. Kevin Spacey. The 2-time Oscar winner and House of Cards star was once considered one of the finest thespians of his generation.
I have agreed to appear before this committee today because I'm guilty.
But his illustrious career came crashing down like a house of cards when he was fired from his Netflix show, was removed from the cast of the movie All the Money in the World, and was dropped by his agent and publicist. And his spectacular downfall was triggered by a 2017 BuzzFeed article where actor Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of sexual assault.
I hope that everyone who's dealing with these sorts of situations does feel the courage to come forward.
Rapp said that back in 1986, when he was only 14, Spacey made a sexual advance on him while they were at a party. Spacey tweeted a statement saying he doesn't remember the incident but apologized for quote-unquote what would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior. But the second half of his statement made matters worse when he came out as gay. Instead of gaining sympathy, he drew the ire of the LGBTQ community as he seemed to conflate homosexuality with pedophilia.
Of course, some believed everything and had just been waiting with bated breath to hear me confess it all. They're just dying to have me declare that everything said is true and that I got what I deserved. Wouldn't that be easy?
Rapp's allegations encouraged more than 30 other people to share their troubling encounters with Spacey, around 20 of which came forward at the famed London theater The Old Vic, where Spacey served as artistic director from 2004 to 2015.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I had no idea that you called your grandmother.
In 2018, Spacey was charged with indecent assault stemming from a groping incident with an 18-year-old busboy at a bar in Nantucket. But in 2019, the case was dropped after the accuser chose not to testify in court. Another federal case filed by a massage therapist against him was dismissed after the accuser died unexpectedly. Spacey's camp says the incident with the masseur was consensual. Number 5. Matt Lauer.
Breaking news for our viewers out west, as you mentioned, NBC's Matt Lauer has been fired over reports of inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace.
In 2017, NBC promptly sacked its long-running Today Show anchor Matt Lauer, which was sparked by Variety's damning report about his alleged sexual misconduct towards certain female colleagues. These include making sexual remarks, locking them inside his office, and showing one staff his private parts.
You co-hosted the Today Show with Matt Lauer for 15 years. What is Matt's most annoying habit?
He pinches me on the ass a lot.
Brooke Nevels, one of Lauer's accusers, claimed that he raped her in a hotel room in Russia during the 2014 Sochi Olympics coverage.
The facts of her case, which are backed by documentation and eyewitnesses, suggest that there was an encounter here that she consistently has described as non-consensual. 2
more victims spoke to the Times, one claiming she had sex with Lauer in his office back in 2001, but didn't report the encounter because she didn't want to lose her job. While Lauer insists that the encounter with Nevels was consensual, in his statement he apologized to the victims, his family, and his co-workers at NBC.
There are no words to express my sorrow and regret for the pain I have caused others by words and actions. To the people I have hurt, I am truly sorry.
Number 4. Michael Jackson.
Before you label or condemn me, don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
The King of Pop released this statement in 1993 following a lawsuit filed against him by Evan Chandler, who accused him of committing sexual battery against his son, Jordy Chandler, at the singer's Neverland Ranch. However, the victim refused to testify, so the case was ultimately closed, but not before Jackson and the Chandlers reached a settlement for $23 million. Fast forward 10 years later, a 2003 documentary called Living with Michael Jackson saw Jackson holding hands with a 13-year-old named Gavin Arvizo, who was living with the singer in Neverland at the time, and the kid shared this encounter with Jackson.
One night I stood in there, I asked him if I could stay in his bedroom, and he let me stay in the bedroom, and I was like, Michael, you can sleep on the bed. And he was like, no, you sleep on the bed, sleep on the bed. We're like, no, you sleep on the bed. And then he finally said, okay, if you love me, you sleep on the bed. I was like, oh man.
The all-access documentary triggered a criminal investigation, and 2 years later, Jackson was indicted on several counts of child molestation, intoxicating a minor, and conspiring to commit extortion, among others. The King of Pop was ultimately acquitted of all criminal charges.
Well, the thing is with that whole thing is that, they go, oh, you slept in the same bedroom as him. It's like, I don't think you understand. Michael Jackson's bedroom is 2 stories.
Jackson passed away due to cardiac arrest in 2009, but the ghost of his past misbehavior continued to haunt 2 of his victims, James Safechuck and Wade Robson. The 2 came forward about Jackson's abuse via a 2019 HBO documentary titled Leaving Neverland. Both admitted that during those years they were being molested by Jackson. The singer made them feel complicit about the sexual acts, and it didn't feel strange at the time. They were both minors during the time of abuse.
And so we would have sex in those rooms. That was a bit dangerous. So there's a bit of excitement there.
Michael just sort of starting to touch my legs and touch my crotch over my pants, and then it kind of kept
progressing from there.
The Jackson estate sued HBO for $100 million for releasing the documentary. Number 3, R. Kelly. Between 1996 and 2002, R&B singer R. Kelly battled lawsuits left and right, filed by women who accused him of sexual violence in varying degrees. One accuser claimed Kelly impregnated her when she was underage, while another said she was treated by Kelly as his personal sex object. These cases all ended in court settlements, but they were only the beginning. In 2002, when a sex tape of Kelly with a 14-year-old girl surfaced, he returned to court after being charged with 21 counts of making child pornography in Chicago. Later on, he was slapped with 12 more counts of the same offense in Florida. After 6 years, Kelly was found not guilty in Chicago, while the charges in Florida were dropped due to insufficient evidence.
I can feel it. I'm the world's greatest.
In 2017, the R&B star became the subject of intense scrutiny once again, this time for allegedly trapping 6 women in a sex cult. His usual victims were aspiring models and musicians whom Kelly promised to help. Instead, the singer brainwashed, manipulated, and sexually abused them.
I didn't know if this was normal. I didn't know if this is how adults acted. I just didn't know.
We were required to call him daddy.
Required to?
Yes, he told us to call him daddy. You would address him as daddy.
If you didn't, you were...
Yeah, you would get in trouble if you did.
At the age of 17, I was walking in the mall with friends like so many teenagers often do when I was approached by a predator. And that predator is Robert Sylvester Kelly.
The campaign #MuteRKelly called for record labels, concert organizers, and streaming services to drop the singer. In 2019, another sex tape showed up of Kelly having sex with a 14-year-old, which led to him being charged with 10 counts of criminal sexual abuse in Chicago. Prosecutors later on filed 11 more charges of sexual assault and abuse against the pop star.
Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my life.
In 2019, Kelly was hit with sex trafficking charges in Illinois and Brooklyn for allegedly transporting underage girls over state lines for child porn production. Prostitution charges were also filed against Kelly in Minnesota. History repeated itself, but only time will tell if the outcomes would be different this time around. Number 2, Woody Allen. The Woody Allen versus Dylan Farrow saga has been one of Hollywood's most notorious scandals for almost 3 decades. It all started in 1992 when actress Mia Farrow broke up with Allen after she found nude photos of Sun-Yi Previn in his home. Sun-Yi is Farrow's adopted child with the late musician Andre Previn. It turns out that Allen and the then 21-year-old Previn were already having an affair. A few months later, their then year-old adopted daughter Dylan Farrow dropped a bombshell when he accused Allen of sexually abusing her. Allen denies the accusations and claims that Mia coached Dylan to turn against him.
If I wanted to be a child molester, I had many opportunities in the past. I could have quietly made a custody settlement with Mia in some way and done it in the future. I mean, you know, it's so insane.
The New York Social Services didn't find any credible evidence to support Dylan's allegation, but Dylan would continue to repeat her claims several times as an adult.
He instructed me to lay down on my stomach and play with my brother's toy train that was set up. And he sat behind me in the doorway. And as I played with the toy train, I was sexually assaulted.
In 2021, the controversy came to light once again after the release of the HBO documentary Allen v. Farrow, where Mia Farrow spoke publicly for the first time in decades.
There's so much misinformation.
It doesn't matter what's true. What matters is what's believed.
Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1, Harvey Weinstein. when the New York Times detailed the sexual harassment allegations of several women against film executive Harvey Weinstein in 2017, it created a ripple effect and encouraged other victims to speak up, essentially giving birth to the #MeToo movement.
Yes means yes and no means no. Sexual violence has got to go. Hey, hey.
The disgraced movie mogul repeatedly raped women, touched himself in front of them, and forced them into humiliating sexual acts. Accusers include actresses Ashley Judd and Rose McGowan and employees from his production company.
Every single place he ever stayed, there were people there set up to help him rape. This is how it went. This is what it was.
Eventually, other high-profile A-listers also spoke against him. Kate Beckinsale said he once opened the door on her wearing just a bathrobe. Gwyneth Paltrow claimed he asked for a massage from her. Angelina Jolie accused Weinstein of making sexual advances on her. And Salma Hayek called him a monster for threatening to shut down her movie if she refused sex scenes with a woman. Weinstein's accusers have reached more than 100 people in total. In a video released by one of his accusers, businesswoman Melissa Thompson, Weinstein can be seen inappropriately touching her.
Some kind of app thing. I don't know, never mind.
In 2015, the NYPD worked with model Ambra Batalana Gutierrez after she filed a complaint that she was groped by Weinstein. They put a wire on her and the police successfully recorded incriminating audio.
Please come in. On everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Please come in now. I will never do another thing to you. 5 minutes. Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
The case against Weinstein was slowly built and more women came forward. Weinstein tried to settle his way out of most lawsuits. In January of 2020, the trial against him finally started in New York. The jury found Weinstein guilty of criminal sexual acts, but he was acquitted on some of the charges. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison for rape and sexual assault. So, which of these scandals did you think was the most appalling? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description, and while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? From the most shocking, now let's look at some of the most inspiring Hollywood success stories. Don't miss our roundup of the 10 famous people who used to be homeless. Till then, always speak your truth, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.